Okay, so let's talk about multiple messages. What is intended can be different than what's interpreted. And that's why some good, clear feedback and communication is important. We went through the team stages, the forming, storming, norming, and performing. And you really want to keep out of the storming. So Mary spends extra time fixing her hair. What is John thinking? Um, so John might be thinking, so yeah, Mary, she spends extra time fixing her hair. So her date knows she cares. John is thinking, she's always late. If she cared, she'd be on time. Obviously, two different interpretations of the same message. That's why we need that feedback. Okay. Um, a child bakes a cake on Mother's Day for his or her mother. What does mom think when she sees the kitchen? The child wants to show how much he loves her. Mom says, "Oh, what a mess. You must not love me." Again, the intended message is not what was interpreted, was received. And that's why it's important to give the feedback. Okay. Receiver tries to listen and understand. The receiver decides what's important in advance and what to remember. Encoding is due to the values of the sender. Decoding is due to the values of the receiver. Feedback detects misunderstanding, does not correct them. Only the sender can correct to try to make it clearer so that it's well understood. Uh, oops. The forming, storming, norming, performing the stages and the role of communication. Poor communication will drive a team into storming, which is what you want to avoid. And my crazy computer is flipping over to another program, another app, while we're trying to do this one. And you might know I have to go forever. There it is. Oh, dang it, you silly machine. There. Come on. Stay there this time. Stay here. Poor communication drives teams into storming. Um, so seek to understand and be understood first. Don't try to pass judgment on what is said. Seek to understand and be understood. Uh, Effective communication to 100 different people. Clarity and precision. Get to the point. Keep it short. Keep it simple. It requires expertise. Clarity depends on your audience, their interest, the simplicity, and your visuals. Einstein's quote, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Clarity, does the audience understand the intent? 4 steps, speak at the audience level. You bring the audience up, you lower communication to the audience, or somewhere in the middle. If your audience is knowledgeable, just present. So you got to know your audience and their knowledge and skills and their unique characteristics and how they feel. Are you presenting to managers? What is the value of this project to the company? This is speaking at their level. So you may need to educate the audience a little bit. You may want to come way down to their level. Or you want to meet somewhere in the middle. Interest, motivation. Why should the audience be interested? Good reason to pay attention. So these Come on. I'm trying to go back. Okay. Um, so, whitewater rafting or the speedboat or whatever, yes, these are motivate. Lots of fun. Good energy level, solid eye contact, mastery of content. What will hold the audience's interest? Simplicity, one simple vocabulary, one point at a time, concise. Clear, complete, concise. 3 words to remember. Clear, complete, concise. Visuals. Drawings or photos, arrows to call out. Tables not recommended. Use a graph if possible. You got to be sure and label your axes with units, legends, and meaningful title. So here's the pie chart. What we remember from seeing is a huge amount compared to the other senses. So if you have a sentence like this, how would you revise it? And what's wrong with this sentence? So first of all, it doesn't tell you why you're doing it. Remember the why, what, how, and when. How you're going to go about it and when. So the why, to prevent fires at campsites, we designed solar ovens for a campground for the purpose of fire prevention. Our analysis, we made several designs, we analyzed these designs, and we observed that our best results were obtained using 4 reflectors with an ML ratio of 3 and omega of 106.3. So some clarification is needed. What do you mean by the 4 reflectors? What about the ML ratio and the omega? So any unknown words, replace it with an understandable word, or if it's an unknown term, define it. Keep it simple, keep it honest, keep it you. Fewer words, one message at a time, more visuals. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So we can update that previous paragraph, but include a picture with it. So here's M, here's L. Okay, now we know what this angle is. The angle that they're talking about, the ML ratio, first of all. We know what the reflector is. Reflector angle would be omega. Nobody said that at any time in going through this presentation. Here. Okay. Precision. So recommendations based on evidence, expertise, technically correct. Design requirements unambiguous and measurable. Clear rationale for the decisions. Make sure you include decision matrices and all those other things that make up your decision process that you're going to put in your notebook. Fish bones and so forth. Results. You're claiming that requirements are met. You're showing that your measurements at the end of the project, that your project met the requirements. No vague or unsupported statements. Be complete, but say what you need to say efficiently. Summary. Communication depends upon people's value systems, encoding, decoding, stages of team development. Precise, complete, clear keeps the audience interested, helps the audience understand, keeps the material simple. And the end of this chapter. So just remember, there's a lot more in your book.